Welcome back. This is part 2, second part of calculating problem 1 of two-phase method. We are doing a problem in two-phase method. This is problem 1 of doing the problem in two-phase method. So we are at this stage, and at this particular stage we are here. We have finished simplex table 2, and thereafter we got these results. After simplex table 2, y1 enters, and we have calculated minimum ratio, y5 leaves, and 4 by 3 is the pivotal element. Now you have to calculate and proceed further that we have to convert pivotal element 4 by 3 to unity and remaining elements to zeros. Now see here, what are the elements here? 4 by 3. That is what 4 by 3 pivotal element is going to be converted as unity, and the 7 by 12 you have to convert as 0, right, in R1 dash and R2 dash. In R1 dash we have pivotal element. Now come over here, we are formulating simplex table 3. I have constructed simplex table 3 and up to this. So now I take y3 and y4 because y5 is also eliminated, y5 deleted, since y5 leaves. Since it is an artificial vector, it can be removed from the simplex table. We can continue or we can remove it. So in my procedure, I am removing the respective vector, whichever the artificial vector it is. If it leaves from the basis, and I am removing from the simplex table. Now you see here. What are the changes are required, that you have to write first. y5 here and y1 it is leaving and y1 enters. Therefore I am writing y1, y2 as it is. And what is corresponding cost? Well, I write the cost here 0, 0, 0, 0. All four variables having the cost 0. So therefore y1 0, the y2 cost is also 0. And remaining all we have to calculate with row operations r1 double dash, r2 double dash. Which enters first? R1 double dash. R1 double dash. What is operation for R1 double dash? R1 divided by pivotal element is 4 by 3. So divided by 4 by 3, or it is 3 by 4 into R1. We can do this one as well. Either this or this. We can do anything. R1 by 4 by 3 or 3 by 4 into R1. So if you do the operations, what are the elements you will get? That is, you have to do for this R1 dash, you have to multiply 3 by 4, 20 into 3 by 4, 4 5s, hence it is 12, 4 5s, hence it is 15, yeah, 3 by 4, 4 5s, 5 3 is 15. So therefore it is 15. Like that you have to calculate all the elements. 3 by 4 into 4 by 3, it is 1. Hence and then it is 0. And then it is minus 3 by 4. And then it is 1 by 2. You calculate, you will get simply. And then simply by using this particular operation, and then you have to calculate R2 double dash. What should be the operation for R2 double dash? You have to always do plus R2 dash. Plus R2 dash. This is what the operation you have to do. And then for which what you have to calculate? You have to multiply always with R1 double dash. That is R1 double dash into what is the element it is going to be converted as 0. So in this the element is going to be converted as 0 is 7 by 12. So for which you have to multiply with minus 7 by 12. That is minus 7 by 12. This is what you have to do the operation into R1 double dash plus R2 dash. This is what the operation you have to do. Do the operation. While doing the operation, we get the values here. 5 by 4 starting with XB. 5 by 4, 0, 1, 7 by 16, and it is minus 9 by 24. These are the values here. We got the values here. So now in the simplex table 3, you calculate Z star and ZJ minus CJ. What is Z star? 0 into CB into XB, 0 into 15, 0 into 5 by 4, it is 0. Right, and then ZJ minus CJ, as usual the formula, CB YJ minus CJ, 0 into 1, 0 into 0, so all the values are zeros, minus 0, 0 into 0, 0 into 1, minus 0, 0, 0 into minus 3 by 4, 0 into 7 by 16, minus 0, 0, 0 into 1 by 2, 0 into minus 9 by 24, minus 0, it is 0. So you see here, this is what one case of the simplex two-phase method in the phase 1. In the phase 1, you see here, no artificial vector appears, y1, y2, these are the original variables, vectors of the original variables. Of course, you can see, you have to observe the artificial vectors are y5 and y6. Here no y5, no y6, that is no artificial vector appears on the basis, this is case 1, no artificial vector appears on the basis, and all Zj minus Cj net evaluations are greater than or equal to 0. So in this case, proceed to phase 2, that is we have to go for phase 2. And do you understand? Z star is 0, no artificial vector appears on the basis, and all Zj minus Cj are greater than or equal to 0. That is 0 here particularly. So therefore, now we can go to the phase 2. What we have to consider in phase 2? So I am considering phase 2. First of all, this is what we have to consider phase 2. What is phase 2? We have to consider in phase 2. First of all, you have to consider the objective function Z. In the objective function Z, we have to assign the cost, the original cost to the original variables, and slack and surplus variables 0, and remaining all, if any artificial variable, you have to assign the cost as 0. So here no artificial variables, 2 original variables and 2 surplus variables. So therefore, for original variables you have to put the original cost. So you refer maximize, since it is a problem of minimization. You please concentrate if it is maximization, is it maximization or minimization? If it is minimization, don't consider the objective function of minimization, because we have converted in terms of the maximization, because simplex method is only be applied for maximization. So after converting minimization into maximization, we have solved by using two-phase method. So in the two-phase method, it's a maximization we have considered, and Z is equal to minus 12x1, actually it is minus Z. Minus Z is equal to minus 12x1 minus 20x2, original cost to the original variables, and plus 0 into x3 plus 0 into x4. This is what objective function in phase 2. After that, what is the simplex table 1 in phase 2? In phase 2, simplex table 1 is the end simplex table of phase 1. You have to consider the final simplex table of phase 1. At the end simplex table of phase 1, you have to consider the same simplex table here. You have to consider as the first simplex table of phase 2. The last simplex table of phase 1 is going to be considered as first simplex table of phase 2. So therefore I am writing the simplex table 3 at the last simplex table as the first simplex table of phase 1 by changing the cost. Remember, y1, y2 are there. The cost here minus 12, minus 20, minus 20, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now remaining all the vectors I I note the values 15, 5 by 4, 1, 0, 0, 1, and y3, this is y4, and y3 is minus 3 by 4 and 7 by 16, and it is 1 by 2 and it is minus 9 by 24. These are the values here, minus 3 by 4, yes, 1 by 2. So these are the values here we got at the end of the simplex table 3. This is what simplex table 3, last simplex table in phase 1. You have to consider as first simplex table of phase 2. But what are the changes? Cost. Remember, only the cost. That is the reason why I did not fill CB. So after filling, only the change is from the last simplex table of phase 1 and first simplex table of phase 2 is nothing but cost. y1 and y2, the original cost. y1 is minus 12 and y2 is minus 20. These are the costs. This is the change from the original from the simplex table 3, that is at the end of the phase 1. At the end of the phase 1. So therefore it is minus z because maximum. We are doing maximize, that is minimum problem, hence it is maximum is minus z. It is equivalent to B. Now you calculate as usual simplex procedure. Now apply, after doing these two particular steps in the phase 2, by allocating original variables, original cost to the original variables and remaining zeros to remaining variables, that is slack, surplus and artificial variables, and taking the last simplex table of the last simplex table of phase 1 as the first simplex table of phase 2, all the values except cost. The cost are to be changed because you see the objective function. You see the objective function over here. And now you have to apply simplex procedure as usual until either there is an indication of unbounded solution or an optimum solution is attained, right? So I am calculating z, minus 12 into 15, 150 plus 30, minus 180, minus 180, and minus 20 into 5 by 4, minus 20 into 5 by 4, 4 5s, minus 25. So hence it is minus 205. So it is minus 205. That is the value of the objective function, minus z. And z minus cj, now in net evaluations you calculate, minus 12 into 1, minus 12, minus 20 into 0, 0, minus 12, minus of minus plus 12, it is 0. Again, minus 12 into 0, minus 20 into 1, minus 20, minus of minus 20 plus 20, it is 0. Now you see here, I am calculating over here. So I calculate here, minus 12 into minus 3 by 4 plus, plus minus 20 into 7 by 16 minus 0. So this is what the Zj minus Cj here, 4 3s. And this is about around 4 4s and 4 5s. So take an LCM of 4. LCM of 4. Both are minus of minus, this becomes plus. 3's 3's are 9. 9 4's are. Okay, right. Okay. So you need not to cancel. 12 3's are 36, right? Okay, anyhow. 3 9. 9 4's are. Okay. 36. It is plus, minus 7 into 5. 35. So it is 1 by 4. So 36 minus 35 by 4. It is 1 by 4 plus positive sign, because it is plus, it is minus. So 36 minus 35 divided by 4. Hence it is 1 by 4. Similarly, you calculate next one. So minus 12 into 1 by 2. Minus 12 into 1 by 2. Plus minus 20 into minus 9 by 24. This is what the calculation over here it is going to be considered. So it is 6 and here it is 5, 4 5s are, 4 6 are. Okay, it is minus. So hence it is minus 6 plus, minus of minus, it is plus. And so here the value 9 5s are, it is 45 divided by 6. But even then you can cancel 3 2's, 3 3's, you can cancel, and so that it is 5 3's are 15 divided by 2. So hence it is 2 6 are 12, 15 minus 12 divided by 15 minus 12 divided by 2, it is 3 by 2, right? So hence it is 3 by 2. So this is very much very simple, just simple taking LCMs, etc. Right? So 1 by 4, 3 by 2. Now you see all the net evaluations. 0 0 1 by 4, 3 by 2. 0 0 1 by 4, 3 by 2. So now apply the simplex procedure. Now we check the examine the sign of Zj minus Cj. All are greater than or equal 0. So therefore all Zj minus Cj are greater than or equal 0. Hence the current solution is an optimum basic feasible solution. That is in simplex table 1 we got the solution, but For example, if it is negative, then you have to continue the simplex procedure. Any of the net evaluation ZM and CJ is negative, then you have to continue the simplex procedure. So therefore, this is the final answer, that is maximum value of minus Z is minus 205. And at corresponding, this is y1, hence it is x1, corresponding y2 to it is x2, the variable x1 is equal to 15, x2 is equal to 5 by 4. Now I write the solution. Therefore, the optimum basic, first of all I calculate a minimum value. Minimum value of Z is equal to minus maximum of minus Z. So it is required have, here it is, we obtained maximum of minus Z is equal to minus 205. This is what you have to remember from the simplex table. Hence it is equivalent to be minus maximum of minus Z is minus 205. Hence it is equal to plus 205. What is that? Minimum of Z. This is the minimum of Z value is 205. Now you can write your answer. What is your answer? That is the optimum basic feasible solution. Optimum basic feasible solution is minimum value of Z. Z is equal to 205 at x1 is equal to 15, x2 is equal to 5 by 4. Now you can check with the objective function. Go and substitute these x1, x2 values in the objective function, you will get the same answer, right? So that is only the check here. 12x1 plus 20x2. 12x1 plus Z is equal to 20x2. You check it here. 12 into 15 plus 20 into 5 by 4. You should get 205. Okay. So this is what the final answer, that is solution of the given linear programming problem, that is optimum basic feasible solution is minimum Z is equal to this, and x1 is equal to 15, x2 is equal to 5 by 4. This is what part 2 of the simplex of the two-phase method, part 2 of the problem 1, part 2 of problem 1 of simplex of two-phase method, of two-phase method. Alright, so two-phase method, this is the end of the problem 1 and the problem 1 of the two-phase method. Thank you.